What is happening, Magnusites? Want to do this video because I've been the victim of some of this, and so has Sarah, and I figured, hey, I might as well tackle this subject because I ain't never tackled it before, and it's related to some other videos that I am going to do and will be doing. So listen up. When the hell did it become not okay for you to speak on something if you're telling the truth? And what I mean by this is, you got examples of, like, for example, what Sarah went through. She did a video entitled "All Black Women Are Ghetto." Now, the reason why it was titled that was because a girl had written her and told her that none of her black female friends were real black women, and they weren't her real friends, and they talked about her behind her back, and that real black women are ghetto. They're not the sophisticated, educated women that you know. And I was like, wow. And not so many, like, you got to see how it was written. I was like, wow, she basically said it. She was really ratchet, whoever wrote it. And she was like, yeah, like, real black women are ghetto. You know, if that ain't none of your friends, then you ain't dealing with real black women, because we'll tell you just how the fuck it is, white bitch. You know, like that type of thing. And the reason why I say that is because she got attacked for defending black women in that video. Defending black women in that video. Saying that all black women aren't ghetto and black women are educated. I was like, wow. You can't speak on this, white bitch. You ain't no black woman. Wow. Just like there have been black people. And by the way, I've been attacked a lot less than her, which I find kind of interesting. But they've told me that I can't say nothing about black culture because I'm with a white bitch. So let me get this straight. I've been alive almost 37 years. Of those 37 years, 7 of those years I've been with a white woman. So the 30 years that I grew up as a black man, those 30 years, that don't count. Okay? Let me tell you something. I got the right to speak on something if I lived it. Okay? Let me tell you something. You definitely have the right to speak on something if you have lived it and if you are still living it. Do you think it changes anything that my woman is white? That don't change shit about my life. I got more melanin. She got a lot less melanin. If you haven't seen her, she is porcelain. She is a little bit darker than this shirt. That's how white my woman is, okay? It don't change a goddamn thing. I don't get treated better. I don't get more opportunities. Don't nothing else come my way better being with her. If anything, things are worse. Things are more difficult because people look at you a certain way. They treat you a certain way. They ridicule you and tell you you can't speak on something. Let me tell you something. Don't nothing change the fact that I am a black man. And I will continue to be a black man. And I will never abandon my people. It's because I date a white woman, I've abandoned my people? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Now, if I started dating her and I was like, fuck black women, black bitches ain't shit, I don't want to be black, okay, then I have abandoned my race. If I was on here Uncle Ruckerson every day, you fucking coon black jungle bunny, I don't want nothing to do with you. That's why I got me a white woman. Hopefully through osmosis I will become more white and I won't have to work with this revitiligo that I got and get blacker and darker and blacker and darker every year. God sure has blessed me with a good white woman, and she got even one of them coon booties. So it satisfies my jungle bunny side. I mean, if I was talking like that, then that's a fucking issue. But I'm not. I love my people, I love our culture, and I love our rich history. Do you know that the first person to ever tell me the real history of the word nigger was a white man? He told me, listen, it was originally, and it was funny too, because I remember being in college. I can't remember where I was. I was in line for something. I don't know if I was at college, but I was in line for something, and he was a middle-aged white man, and he starts talking to me. And black people then all had this weird white folk moment where a white person's talking to you, and you're kind of wondering why they're talking to you. Because they're different than us sometimes. Like, they are friendlier in a lot of ways sometimes, and they'll speak to you and they'll start talking to you, and you're like, why is this white person being so nice to me right now? Because, you know, especially when you come from the hood, a lot of black folks, you know, will say what's up, but if we're in settings where we don't know each other, a lot of times we won't say shit. We just sit there with a straight face and look hard. But this white man decided to strike up a conversation with me. And it comes to find out that he was a history teacher. And he told me, you know, they don't tell you this. He said, but, you know, he started giving me the history of the word. And he said, originally, it just meant to say a black person. That's it. That is it. But it was through its use and how the white slave owners and people used it that it became so derogatory. You see? And I was like, wow. And I didn't know whether to believe him or not. As far as I was concerned, it was a made-up word that white people had used to just oppress us. And then come to find out so many years later, I found out that this man was telling me the truth. Now, for those people that would say, fuck you, white man, you can't tell me about my history. Fuck you, you ain't shit. You ain't black. Fuck you, white boy. That white man told me the truth. Was he wrong for telling me the truth? Was it not his place for being able to tell me the truth? No. Truth is truth. And I will take it from anybody that's given it. Now, because of society and the way we are brought up, and sometimes we say, nah, you can't speak on that because you ain't black. Let me tell you something. If someone has actually done the footwork, has done the man hours of studying something, a subject, a person, a people, even wildlife. You telling me just because I'm not a lion, I can't speak on lions and how they live? When I've studied lions for 15 years, lived in the wild, set up cameras, you know, studied their sounds, their hunting, the way the pride acts together, everything. You telling me I still can't speak on how lions act? The reverse is true. If I've lived amongst white people and I've done the footwork and studied their culture and their history, you're telling me I can't speak on white culture and speak truth about certain things? Now, I'm not talking about assumptions. I'm talking about truth. He told me the truth about the word. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all get caught up in this, I don't know, this resentment and hatred for other cultures, what they may have done or are doing to you. And just because a certain amount of their people did certain things doesn't make them bad. It's like when you look at an Arab, Palestinian, or whoever, and they speak out against terrorism or speak on terrorism. And you say, well, the fuck? You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all get mad at them. Now, fuck you. Yeah, you definitely know because you the one doing it. Fuck, we don't want to hear shit from you. Also, now you don't want to hear shit from the person that you say is doing the shit. Nah, fuck that. Nah, you know what I mean? Like, people are fucking weird. You know what I mean? You think they're all terrorists. Man, I know a few Middle Eastern people, and when that shit went down, it was just like, oh my God. You know what I mean? You got ignorant black folk, you got ignorant white folk, and everything else out there that are doing this and that, making the other people look bad. And hey, if you've lived something, you can speak on it. You know what I mean? Like, I've met white people that live around black people all their lives, and sometimes they'll say something, and I'm not talking about just nothing derogatory, just talking about life. Like, yeah, I remember when we used to do this and do that, and then, you know, somebody black might be like, man, you don't know fucking shit about, get the fuck out of here, you don't know nothing about that. Motherfucker, I grew up around black people. I was the only white kid in this all-black school. You tell me he can't speak on black people if he's gotten to know us at that degree? The fuck is wrong with y'all? And like I said, the reverse is true. I got a homeboy that went to private school with all white guys. And he would tell me different stuff. And you tell me a white man can say to him, man, you don't know shit about us. And I'm sorry, let me do a stereotypical white guy. You don't know shit about us, monkey. You can't talk about us, really. Even if you went to private school with us. We only showed you a little bit of us. And that brings me to a point, actually. I do realize that there are certain things that are always kept in a circle. Okay? So if you are black, there is an understanding amongst you as a people. There's certain subtleties, certain nuances, certain things that other races don't pick up about your culture. And I get that, but they're at a varying degree, and I don't think it's enough of a degree for other people not to be able to speak on certain matters. Like I said, that goes for all races and ethnicities, okay? If somebody from India wants to tell me about China, that's fine. If he knows enough about China to tell me the truth, then I'm fine with that, as long as I'm getting an accurate representation of their history or whatever subject this person is speaking about. Okay? So, I'm going to close with saying that if someone is telling you the truth, listen. Okay? Don't close your ears. Alright? Even if a woman is speaking about something about men, just because she is not a man does not mean that she is not telling you the truth or she does not know what she's talking about. Women, if a man is speaking on something about women, just because he is not a woman does not mean he does not know what he is talking about. He may not know exactly what it's like to be a woman. I get that. It does not mean that he is not telling the truth. Because you could have a woman say the same thing and then you would accept it. But the man says it, you don't know what it's like to be a woman. And the man will say the same thing. You don't know what it's like to be a fucking man. You step in my boots for one day, bitch. Then you understand what it is to be a man. Look, she still knows what she's talking about. Yes, 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 there are plenty of people out there that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Weed them out and throw them to the wayside. But for the people that are telling you the truth, yeah, listen. That's all I got to say. Oh man, subscribers. Boo!